it's been a busy, challenging week. I just wonder, firstly, how you found it. You must have been through the full range of emotions.
Correct. I said Wednesday it was mixed emotions. Of course, the beginning of the week, Eric leaving, taking over, the Wednesday game, how it all went. So yeah, correct. You go through a lot of emotions. Obviously now the announcement of the new manager and when he's starting. So yeah, it's going quickly and we have to deal with it all.
Well, Enzo, it's been a week of change. Change affect you and your preparations at all? Do you expect an emotional reaction from their players? Do you expect maybe something tactically different?
Yeah, we need to expect something different. We're gonna see for sure that the preparation overall it's more or less the same, but in this case because as you said they change, so probably we need to have a look at different things.
We know now who the permanent Manchester United manager will be moving forward. I just wonder, has he had any impact today in terms of selection and how the team plays?
No, it's very clear. It's also communicated with the players that I'll be in charge until Sunday next week, the Leicester game, and after that the new manager will take over, and that's what it is, and that's why I think it's clear for players, for staff, and we can just focus on one thing, and that's winning those 3 games.
Formerly teammates at Malaga 12 years ago, but today they will be on opposing benches as they take charge of their teams. But it's all smiles. Maresca said in the build-up to this game there'd be big hugs between himself and Ruud van Nistelrooy ahead of this one, but that will change once the whistle blows. Tricky in a way for Ruud van Nistelrooy. You know this, Frank, that coming in as an interim manager, that you don't really know what you can change, what's within your remit.
No, I think if it's a short time frame, it's really difficult to affect too many things. Say tactically, I think the biggest thing is motivation. I think when you come in, I went into Chelsea and it was a difficult time for motivation. A lot of players wanting to leave, club wanting to leave, end of the season, couldn't go higher, couldn't get relegated. That middle ground is difficult. I think probably the plus side for Ruud is that these players are Manchester United players. They're going to want a point to prove. They know the manager's coming in, and I think he's probably a fresh voice. And I would imagine there's not too many major changes to make. Even the formation of the team he's picked looks pretty similar to teams that have been picked recently. But if he can get an uplift in motivation, get players to run, to compete, all the basics, then you know that things can happen here.
You are going to concede some chances, especially counter-attacker, for the skills of the players. You know, Rashford in behind, Garnacho in behind, the striker in behind. So we knew that. I think we did the most difficult thing in this stadium against this team, that is come back after when they score. So we were down, we come back immediately, and probably after the 1-1, because of the desire to try to win the game, we exposed ourselves too much, and in the last 10 minutes, probably we concede a bit more. But overall, I'm happy, and in Italy we used to say, when you cannot win important, you don't lose. So at the end, we try everything to win the game. At the end, we didn't win the game, but it's important to continue. Raif, Mo is doing fantastic. I said during the week, probably the problem with Moy, with Denso, with this kind of players is because the club pay them big money, so people expect always to be the best, but at the end they are players, they are human beings, so it's normal to have a little bit up and down. But Moy, since we arrived, is improving a lot. We are trying to spend time with him, with all the rest also, to improve them. And I think Mo is showing how good he is. Most of the time in football, 1 + 1 is not 2. I mean, in terms of, because he was so good at Brighton, that means that immediately when he joined Chelsea, he's going to be as good as he was there. Probably he needs a little bit more time, he needs adapt. Chelsea is a big club, one of the best clubs in the world, so also the impact is not easy. And as I said, when they join Chelsea, because we pay them a lot of money, we think, okay, now they're going to arrive here and they want to be the best. But it's not so automatic. That's why I said 1 + 1 is not 2. You need probably a bit time. And now Moy, I think, is showing how good he was. One of the best squad in the Premier League, no doubt about this. And Moy belonged to the squad. But I know that you are always in my press conference. And since I arrived, I said that the first thing I said to the club when I met the club is that I was in love with the squad, because I think this squad is very good. So for me, we are one of the best squad in the Premier League. I said many times that the talent is not enough. We need to build more things, but we are in the right direction.
ManUtd Berbatov back at Old Trafford, who's watched the game today and 2 goals. What did you make of it, Berba?
I think it was a fair result in the end, 1-1. Although, looking at some of the chances here again, I think at the end of the game, that chance that Bruno had should be a goal. I mean, the way he connects with the ball normally, giving the passes and shooting at the goal, he should do better than that, and he knows it. But in the end of the day, I think it's a fair result, 1-1.
That is a reoccurring theme and conversation, though, isn't it? We've just mentioned it. They've got 9 goals in 10 league games. That's the lowest since 1973 at this stage of a season for Manchester United. It's a problem for the new manager coming in.
It is. Looking at the statistic and the data, it is a problem. But let's not forget that sometimes the strikers are depending on the midfield behind them.
Do you feel sorry for them, Berba, in a way, those strikers?
Sometimes, yes, because I've been in the same position. And, for example, today, Højlund, he put a lot of effort fighting, but most of the time he was with the back against the goal. And that's the worst position a striker can be, because you always have someone on your back, breathing in your neck, and it's not a good thing to do. So you need to be in the half turn all the time and trying to see the goal as well. But again, sometimes it's about the ball that you receive and the supply of the ball. And when the whole team is not performing well, the strikers sometimes are suffering of this. And if they don't score enough, of course, the blame gets to you because you're the striker. So let's hope with coming of the new manager that problem will be resolved, either with current striker getting better or the new manager bringing new strikers.
When you blame the midfielders, Scholesy jumped out of his chair, so he wants to come in.
Scholesy was unbelievable, and he knows how to look for me or for the other players that he used to play. And sometimes, of course, it's about the movement of the United players in attack as well. But most of the time, it comes, of course, down to the quality and how you read the game, how you look for the space. And sometimes it's easy now from the outside to look and to criticize. Inside is more difficult.
But I just think, obviously, I look at the midfield area of the pitch quite a bit. Do you think it is actually a lack of movement or a lack of clever movement from the forward players, or the lack of control in midfield? I felt today watching the game, there's a real lack of control from both teams, and they really struggled, United especially, to bring Bruno into the game and Cole Palmer. Is that the way you saw it as well?
I think the word that you used, clever, is probably the right one. The clever movement and the clever way of passing the ball, knowing when to pass the ball, the decision of knowing when to pass the ball, either when the guy makes the right movement and then you need to see him in advance, of course, to read the game and to pass him the ball. But that word clever is the key word, because the most intelligent players, and you know better than me because you are that type of player, to know when to pass the ball in the right and exact moment, because that can make the difference. And of course, for example, the penalty incident, Højlund should do better on that, because he had a bad touch on the ball. It was a perfect ball, and he needed to control it and finish. But he was a bit lucky to escape it and go down for the penalty. So sometimes it's a lot of component needs to fit together to have the perfect pass, the perfect chance, etc. But you need to deal with the ugly situation as well, and you know how to react and to score.
Fascinating. Berba, thank you very much indeed. We'll see you soon. Keep warm.
Thank you.
Joining us. How was that for you? What did you think overall?
Well, I have to be honest that I'm a bit disappointed that we didn't win it. Although I'm very proud of the performance of the team, I think overall the chances that we created were a bit better than theirs. We had a few opportunities that we didn't outplay well, but we had some good counter-attacking moments. I think the Chelsea goal was a great finish, but wasn't the biggest chance. So the win would obviously have been fantastic, but we take the point as well.
And on the back of the win against Leicester, what was the experience like of managing in the Premier League at Manchester United, a club that means so much to you?
Yeah, my biggest motivation also in the role as assistant is to help the club forward and to help the players get better. And now in this role, I also do it. And after the Leicester game at home, I go back to the other role, and I just want to continue here because this club needs to be brought forward, and I just want to be part of that.
And talking of relationships, Scholesy's here because he made you look good on numerous occasions, Ruud.
He did.
He made me look good.
He did actually on many occasions. Just make the run and the ball will arrive. Basically that.
Hi, Ruud.
Hi, Scholes.
I must admit, Ruud, this week I think you've handled yourself brilliantly. I think with the media, especially spoke really well. Now, I know you have managed before in Holland, obviously did well with PSV. I think you won the Dutch Cup there. Is management still something you want to get into?
Well, I think at the moment, you know, before I came to United, I was looking to manage, no doubt about that. And when United came in with this opportunity, for me it was a fantastic opportunity. I wanted to be here, and I put that aside. And for me, that was a deliberate decision to come here and help out. And I just want to stay and do the same thing. And so for me, that's my focus at the moment.
And finally, Ruud, you've got 2 more games to go. We all know what United mean. I think we could see it when Bruno Fernandes scored that penalty. Have a look at this. Is this pure emotion from you? Van Nistelrooy goal?
My goodness.
You didn't do that when you scored from the halfway line against Fulham, you know?
No. Yeah, the release was fantastic. It was a big moment to score, get 1-0 up, and then you know at Old Trafford there will be a buzz around. And I was happy for Bruno, his 3rd goal in two games. So everything came out, you know. It's a bit of passion there as well.
We love to see it. Listen, great to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed. Good luck this week.
Thank you. All the best there in the studio.
Good luck. Great, Ruud. Thanks very much indeed.
Take care. Bye-bye.
That is Ruud van Nistelrooy for you.